about that. We got a good understanding of that. So any questions, it doesn't matter how crazy it sound, or if I just said it 2 minutes ago and you need to ask again, I'm okay with that. Okay? I'd rather you ask now than discover it on somebody's hair. Okay? So I wanted you guys to start with the color map so you just understand just basically the role primary colors have with this, and secondary and tertiary. Okay? So the outer rim here, which is not on your color wheel, but this outer ring represent the level system. When I say the level system, when I look at people's hair, I see light or dark or somewhere in between. The darkest hair color is black, okay, which is going to be here, number 1. When we say levels, we relate to numbers. So when you look at the boxes of color, you're going to see numbers on those boxes. You don't see numbers here because these are not part of the levels, those are toners, okay? But, yeah, all of those are toners or palette. You think I'm knocking over enough stuff today? Okay, so on every tube of color is numbers and letters. The numbers that you see on the box, this is a 7NA. 7 mean we're right here. Okay, again, this outer ring represents the level system. Did you guys figure this out in your coloring book? I think Ms. Nikki gave y'all a task to do when you were in the admissions room.
Yes, ma'am, that's part of our home play.
Okay, so she gave it to you for home play? Okay, so make sure you do it then tonight for home play. So 1 to 10 is Paul Mitchell level system. 1 being the darkest, which is black, 10 being the lightest, which is yellow, or some people may say gold. When you look at a box of color, you're gonna see a number on the box. It's the first thing you're gonna see. That lets you know what level this person is at. So 7 here means she's up here. Okay, on the level system, she lives at a 7. What you see and again, this level system represents lightness or darkness. That's all it means. She's either dark or she's either light or somewhere in between. The dots on the color map represent the dominant pigment at that level. Dominant pigment means what is exposed when you lighten the hair, when you put bleach on it or lightener on the hair. That's what is going to be exposed. So if I was a level 1 and I put lightener on it and I take it up to a level 7, what color is this dot? Orange. That's what color is going to be there naturally. There's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. That's what you're going to see every time. Or if she's naturally a level 7, orange is the dominant pigment. That's what lives there. Okay? It's going to be there. All right? Any questions about that? You know what I mean by that? Like if you could just peel the cuticle back from the hair and see inside of it, orange is what you're going to see. Okay?
And that's if you're naturally that color.
If you're naturally at a 7, or if you are a 1, 2, 3, 4, and you put lightener on it or some other color and you bring it up to a 7. Anytime you are at a 7, whether it's natural or artificial or whatever,
you're still gonna
orange.
get that color.
If you at a 7, I don't care how you got to the 7. Crawl, walk, or ran. If you get to a 7, orange will be there.
Okay.
And same thing for all the other levels.
Right.
Whatever dot is at those
Yeah.
levels, that's what is there. Lives there naturally, or you're gonna expose it by putting lightener on the hair. If you get them to that number, no matter how you get to that number, however that number is achieved, whatever is on that dot is what lives there naturally, what's gonna be there. Okay,
So if you-
except for green. Okay, green is not there naturally, and we'll get to green in a few minutes. Okay,
So
what
if
was
you
your-
put the lightener on a 2, you can take it off at a 4 and it'll be red violet, or you can take it off at a 7 and it'll be orange?
Yes. Okay, any
The longer
questions?
you leave it, the higher the level.
Exactly, yes. The longer you leave the lightener, or the strength of the developer, meaning it's gonna get there a lot faster. Just whatever number you stop at, the dots is gonna represent that tone. That's
Okay.
what you're gonna see.
Does that work backwards also? Like, let's say you were a 9 or 10 and you decided to dye your hair to a 3,
Yes,
then violet would be
yes.
the.
It's just been put in by the box. Okay, so either way, whatever number you live at, whether you go up or down, whatever number is the pigment at that level. Okay, so the dots represent the dominant pigment. Yes, ma'am.
What was the numbers around we get levels?
1 through 10.
Just levels.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, levels mean lightness or darkness. Asians is a 1.
Right.
African Americans typically is a 2. Some are 3. Okay. So my hair naturally, even though my hair look black, it's not here. The way to know if that person is truly black is if they go out in the sun and you see blue, a blue hue from the hair, or from this light, if it's reflecting blue. Remember I talked about her undertone? That's what I was referring to, the dots here, that dominant pigment. Okay, so she is between, let's say yellow orange. When you look at her hair, y'all said gold before, right? You see yellow orange now that I'm talking about this? That warmth in her hair. She's at an 8. And then the part closer to her scalp would be like a 10, 11, or 12. Numbers actually do go above 10, but that's all we teach about, basically. Okay? So the dots represent the dominant pigment, what's exposed at that level. The next thing we'll talk about, see the little thin rim right here, the ring around this circle? That represents the series, the color series. So when you look at this box, what color is this box?
Green,
Green. This box is green. This is what color?
red.
Red. Red here. Anything in the red family. Gonna go from basically here to here. There's a little bit of red in here. Anything that you see, red, violet, if it had, and the primary color is going to be the dominant color. That means you're gonna see more of it. Because our primaries are the strongest. What are our primary colors?
Red, yellow.
Okay, red, yellow, and blue. So if red is first, like let's say red, violet, you're gonna see more red here than the violet. Okay, that's what it means. Whatever word is first, meaning it's gonna be more of that. It's like when you guys buy shampoo or conditioner, the first thing on that bottle is what? If you notice the ingredients, when you buy something, the first ingredient is usually water. That means it's majority water in that bottle. Okay, so next time you buy a bottle of shampoo, you can look at in this bottle of shampoo's in here. First thing you're gonna see is water, because there's majority water in that bottle. Same thing with color. Whatever the strongest thing is, you're gonna see that word first. Okay? So dominant pigment for the dot, the little skinny ring represent the series, the color series. So if you pick up a red box, that's in the red family. You pick up a purple or violet box, that's gonna be in the cool family. Okay? A blue box is gonna represent ash. The green box is neutral ashes, less blue. Okay? And then yellow is gold. And then orange is still in the red family. So that the skinny ring represents our color series, which you can choose from. The pie shapes represent the tonal value, okay, or the intensity of the color. Categories and intensity. If you notice, the outside of the pie shape, this part, the widest part of the pie shape, do you see a difference in the wide part and the skinny part? What did you notice there? Yes. Okay, that represents intensity and numbers. Like here is skinnier, that's closer to the 1. And as you move out, it gets closer to the 10. The higher up in numbers is going, the lighter it's going to be. So the darker, you get more intense. That's why it's deeper. As you move out and away from the center, it gets lighter. That means it might be a 7, 8, 9, 10, something like that. Okay? So it's representing the categories and the intensities. In the middle is where it's brown. That's where you got your complementary. When the colors have been added together. If you look at our color map, red, if you go straight across from red, what's straight across from red?
Green.
Green. That means it's complementary. If your hair is red, you don't like red, you add green, it neutralizes it. That's why we call this the complementary colors. Okay, anything across from each other on the color map will put you in here. Okay, in the middle. So it's going to neutralize it at whatever level you are. It doesn't mean it's going to make your hair turn brown. Like if we neutralize her hair, let's say that all of it is a nice golden tone, and she's saying, Ms. Ross, I don't like golden. I want it to be whiter. I don't want to see yellow. I just want to see white here, like it's closer to her base. What would be opposite of gold? Violet, right? That's going to neutralize her because her hair is at the base. Oh, let's go mid-shaft somewhere in there where it has a little more golden tones, which would be where on the color map. Looking at the level system, where would she be? What number?
Her base,
Close.
8.
Where she got some golden tones.
Oh,
8.
up top.
Okay, 8, 9, somewhere in there between 8 and 9. In there, she got some 8 and some 9. Okay, so I would go straight across her 8. If I'm coming across, because in an 8 we see yellow orange, right? If we come across from that, what do we have here?
Blue,
Blue violet. Okay, and notice first, the first thing I said was primary, right? The yellow. Okay, so yellow is the primary. And when I went straight across, what's the primary here?
Blue.
Blue. Okay, so we need to balance those out. She's going to be in here. So it's going to get rid of the violet CB, which is cool beige is what it stands for. The blue will cut the yellow and the orange and the violet works with each other. Okay, because the violet has red and blue in it. It neutralizes it, and because her hair is like a level 8, 9, she's still going to be at an 8, 9. It's not going to make it dark. She's still going to be at an 8, 9. Even though I came down here and at that level, it showed violet at a 2. Violet also go. Remember I said if you're looking at this where it's skinny, that's low numbers. Moving out toward the outside is higher numbers. I can get a violet in a 10 too, or 9 or whatever, up to a 9. So it's going to balance her out at the level that she's at. She's at an 8 and a 9 right now. She's still going to be at an 8 and a 9. All we're doing is getting rid of tone. We're not changing her level
I don't understand how it's not gonna turn her hair violet.
because it's complementary to each other. Remember when you mix those colors together? And that's one thing you guys can do for activity. Mix a violet and a yellow together and see what color you get. It's going to neutralize it. So that's one little thing we can do too. So take a second and do that now. Let's play with it.